Welcome to the Daily Market Recap. Today is Tuesday, June 9, 2026.
What a wild ride. The stock market gave investors serious whiplash today. The S&P 500, tracked by SPY, dropped 0.3% after careening from a 1% morning gain to a 2.3% midday drop. The Nasdaq, via QQQ, slid 1.0% as massive profit-taking hit AI giants. Meanwhile, the small-cap Russell 2000, tracked by IWM, rose 0.4% as money rotated into value and smaller companies. Tech and AI chip makers were total anchors today, dragging down the major cap-weighted averages. However, most stocks actually rose. Defensive and value sectors like consumer staples, real estate, and home furnishings cushioned the fall. Money basically fled high-flying tech to find safety in stable, cash-flowing businesses. All this tech volatility is leaving a mark on investor psychology. The CNN Fear Greed Index dipped today, landing at 39.4 out of 100. That officially pushes market sentiment back into the fear zone, showing the retail crowd is getting increasingly nervous. The biggest story today was the sudden intraday reversal of high-flying AI favorites. Chip and hardware companies plunged from early gains into steep losses, even though NVIDIA announced major security partnerships at WWDC with Apple, Private Cloud, and Google Cloud. Investors chose to lock in profits, triggering aggressive automated selling across tech. In macro news, Goldman Sachs completely ripped up its playbook. Following hot May employment data, the firm abandoned its forecast for a December Fed rate cut. They now predict interest rates will stay unchanged until June 2027. This higher-for-longer outlook pushed the 10-year Treasury yield up to 4.54%. Fintech M&A is heating up. Reports revealed that payments giant Nuvei is in advanced talks to acquire cross-border payment provider Payoneer Global in a deal worth $2.7 billion. The move combines Nuvei's merchant processing with Payoneer's massive global network, sending Payoneer shares surging over 18%.
All right, folks, let's look at the leaderboard. Time to see who printed money today and who got completely wrecked by the volatility.
Leading the charge today was MCY, soaring after a massive 13.2% jump in net premium income. CMI surged following a major UBS analyst upgrade to a buy rating. ASO popped after raising its full-year outlook, and Dow rallied hard on strong Q2 earnings projections. On the dark side of the market, WRB plunged after a sharp downgrade from Wells Fargo. All got hit hard as competition fears led to a downgrade from Keefe Bruyette. Meanwhile, tech growth favorites SMCI and Cohard bore the brunt of the heavy intraday profit-taking. For SPY, the index closed around 7,386. To reverse today's damage, bulls must break overhead resistance at 7,460 to 7,470. If selling continues, key support rests between 7,350 and 7,330. For QQQ, tracking the Nasdaq, the index finished at 25,678. It faces heavy resistance up at the 26,000 psychological level. If bears press lower, the first major line of defense sits at 25,300 support. For the small caps, IWM looks healthy, closing at 2,867. Overhead resistance is right at 2,900. If it pulls back, look for buyers to defend the 2,830 support level to keep the momentum. In crypto, Bitcoin is staging a quiet comeback, stabilizing right around $63,000. While retail crypto sentiment is at an extreme fear score of 10, the smart money is buying. Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy picked up another 50-50 BTC, and ETF inflows are returning. Support holds at $60,740 with resistance at $65,000. Ethereum is showing similar institutional support, with Bitmine executing a massive $214 million ETH buy during the recent dip. ETH has solid support around $3,200 and resistance at $3,600. Broad altcoins remain flat, waiting for Bitcoin to secure its floor. Looking at the broader altcoin landscape, it's a sea of red today as heavy selling pressure dominates the space. Major altcoins are struggling, with total market cap dipping alongside the tech sector sell-off. Solana and Cardano both shed around 4 to 5% today, feeling the brunt of this recent retail de-risking wave. But it's not all doom and gloom. Institutional interest is secretly building under the hood. The CME Group just launched NASDAQ Crypto Index futures today, providing big money players a brand new regulated way to trade a diversified basket of top altcoins like SOL, XRP, and ADA. While the current spot market feels painful, these structural upgrades mean the next leg up could be much more robust. Overall sentiment remains cautious and divided, with a massive tug-of-war between deflating AI giants and resilient small caps tomorrow morning. Watch out for the NFIB small business confidence numbers and the existing home sales report at 10 a.m. Eastern. If economic data cools down, it might soothe rate fears. Stay disciplined, manage your risk, and I'll see you tomorrow.